Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining me on the She's the Owner podcast. I'm your host, Karen McCarran, and this is episode 120. And the title of today's podcast is Who Are You Showing Up For? So I wanted to have this conversation because I think so often, especially right now, when things are still somewhat uncertain, at least in Canada, we get caught up in thinking about other people and what they think we should be doing and how they think we should be doing it. And I just want to call some attention to it and draw some light to it because that will never, ever, ever get you where you need to go or where you want to go. And so when we start making decisions about our lives around other people and for other people, I mean, it's easy to say it, right? It's easy for you to know what I'm saying that is total bullshit and it doesn't make you happy, but it's a whole other thing to um like embody it and really sit with it and think, okay, who am I doing this for? And so oftentimes I as a coach, I hear this a lot where women in particular, because I that's what I typically coach, um, will have statements like, I can't do it because I have kids, or I can't do it because I have responsibilities. I can't do it because I have a house to pay for. These are all the reasons why they don't start their business. And I just want to do a like gentle reminder here. I'm a mother of four, and three of them are adults. And if you think for a second that adult children need you less, you are super wrong. They almost need you more. And so I want you to just lean into that idea. I have, two pets, I have two companies, I have an ex who's my best friend who we work together very closely. Like my life is very busy. I'm not overpacked in like extracurricular stuff anymore. I mean, my kids are, like I said, three of them are adults. But like at the end of the day, we're all busy. And so when you're saying things like, I can't do it because, why are you saying it? Right? Like, really sit down. And the thing about personal development, personal growth, entrepreneurship is you must be honest. Like, if you're sitting around and you're trying to place blame on other people for why you're not starting the thing, the honest thing to do and the thing that will give you the most that will give you the most confidence is when you sit down and you get honest about it. Like, I'm not starting the business because I'm fearful, or I'm not starting the business because I don't know how. I'm not starting the business because I'm not sure where to start. Those are all honest answers. Blaming it on your busy life is horseshit, and you know it. And so the only entrepreneurs really that are successful are the ones who are able to get honest with themselves. And when I'm like, when you run a program, you're going to get feedback. When you run a coaching business, you're going to get feedback. When you're an entrepreneur in any area, you're going to get feedback. And ego has to be removed from it. And so if your ego is sitting there giving you and ego, by the way, masculine is the thing that's telling you you have all this other shit you can't, the reason you can't start the business. But like, if you are having trouble now being honest even before you've begun, it's going to chew you up and spit you out. That's the bottom line. That's the reality of the entire situation, because entrepreneurship is much like that, where it will chew you up and spit you out regardless of what business you're starting, whether you're starting a consultancy or a coaching practice or whatever, content writing, like whatever the thing is. The Being an entrepreneur is one of the most humbling things you'll ever do. And so in order to get to a place where you can handle that, right? Like before you even begin, if you're already giving excuses, like, and truthfully, maybe the people who give excuses aren't ever going to do anything. I don't know. I mean, I've never been one to like shy away from doing the scary thing. Like I might need a nudge here and there, but by and large, I'm not one that will sit and just twiddle my thumbs. Where I get stuck is like, okay, I have the idea, I have the this, and then I just need a bit of accountability. And then even, I have a lot of tools at my disposal this year in particular. So I'm not lacking in any area of how to do the thing. So for me, it's not I'm fearful to start the thing. For me, it maybe it's even deeper. It was more of like I don't deserve to have the full thing, but I won't not do it. I might do it and like end up kind of fucking around a little bit because I'm not fully committed to deserving part of it, but I'm not going to sit and blame. I've just never been like that to blame the outside world for why I'm not doing the thing. I'm a bit of a bull in a china shop when it comes to starting businesses. I'm a lot slower at it now. I've taken, age part of it, and I just know how to start and build companies. So it's like I don't I don't rush into it like I used to when I was in my 30s. But like, who are you showing up for? If you are showing up to impress your family or your friends or whatever, like that's never going to sustain you. That's the reality of business, because the reason I believe partly it in the number of businesses that fail, like the fact that the content company's been around for 7 years is I think we're in the 2%, and we're still profitable, not hugely profitable because we don't put as much into it as we could, but we're still profitable. Like, and for that to happen, I think it's like 5% of businesses make it to 7 years. I'm not even sure. Like, the fact that we're still here after this many years and we're still keeping clients happy and we're still doing all the thing, we're doing something right. But like, it's not none of entrepreneurship is for the faint of heart. Like, it's still hard work. And the reason I think so many fail is because they don't get this part right. They don't know who they're showing up for. They're showing up for a Lambo, or they're showing up for all the houses. And like, let me be clear, I have no issue with those type of things. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying that can't be the driving force. That can't be what you're showing up for. You need to be showing up for who you are here to serve. And one of the things that I respect so deeply about Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi and any of the leaders that I follow is that they really understand this service. This is where I learned even the terminology around it. I understood it, but I didn't really put words to it. But like, if I'm not called to serve my community, and I'm not called to serve the women that I do, then I wouldn't be able to do what I do. And I wouldn't be able to make money as easily as I do, because I would always be thinking about the money. And when you think about the money, it doesn't come to you easily. I can tell you that. Like, of course, there are the unicorns, right? And those are the guys. And I've literally never seen a woman ever advertise in this way. But in the hunter mode, yeah, for sure. You got a 27, 28-year-old guy. He's like, look how I can take $10,000 and make it into $1 million in 14 seconds. Like, great, awesome, perfect. That shit's not sustainable. That kid, that 20-something-year-old, he's going to get to 30 and 35 and be like, what the fuck is my life? Like, I promise you that's what's going to happen for that guy. So why bother, right? Like, why? And women in particular, we're not built that way. We're not designed to have that even matter to us. We're designed for impact. Humans are, but like, let's just talk about women. Women are designed for impact. We are designed to receive and to change and to grow and change the world and change people. That's what we're here for. So if you don't know who you're showing up for, you're fucked. Like, that's it. If you're showing up because you want to buy 3 houses in X, Y, and Z, awesome. Awesome. It's not sustainable. Like, you can argue that fact all the live long day, but I'm telling you, it is not sustainable. There's going to be a point where you're same thing, like the 20-something-year-old, 30-year-old is like, what the fuck is my life? So when you sit down with yourself, right? And this is important. You have to be able to sit with yourself. Sit with yourself and say, who am I showing up for? Who am I doing this for? Like, do I really? Because not everybody cares this deeply. Not everyone cares this much about other people in this way. It doesn't make them bad. They're just in a different place in their journey. Not everybody wants to be a coach. Not everybody wants to have impact on the world. That's not everyone's driver. There are some that are driven to do that and some that are not. And if you're claiming that you are, sit down, write it out. Who am I serving and why? And if you don't know the answer to who are you showing up for, sweetheart, I sincerely am telling you, it is going to be an uphill, uncomfortable, unsustainable battle. Right. And it wasn't, and it like, there's no shame. And I'm not throwing shade at anybody who doesn't have this compulsion. If you're listening to this podcast, there's a good chance you do, because you know what I'm about. But like, There's no shade being thrown here. If you're not into that, awesome. But stop trying to act like for yourself. Stop thinking that you want to be a coach or you want to be the, if you're not compelled and you don't know exactly who that person is you're here for, the rest is going to be impossible. So get real with it. Sit down and write it out. And if you come to something and you're sitting there and you're looking like, I don't know who I'm showing up for. I'm showing up for the Lambo. I'm showing up for the just the money, then you still have more growth for yourself to happen. There's more growth that's needed, because when you take all of those layers off, I believe in our hearts, we all want to impact, we all want to help, we all want to serve. But if you're still in the mode of like, I just want to make a lot of money, I just want to blah, 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 and that's it for me, sweetheart, it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Or it might happen, you might make some bank, but you're gonna hate it. There's no fulfillment in that. Tony always talks about that, right? The science of achievement and the art of fulfillment. And it's a real, like, you can achieve. I'm not saying women aren't making money doing shit they probably hate, but the art of fulfillment, the art of time freedom, right? Like, I can leave my business. The only day I only work, technically, I only have to show up one day a week. And my business is going to do 6 figures this year. No problem. One day a week. Now, my other days, if I'm not doing the activities to build the business, sure, it's going to shit the bed. But like, I have time freedom. I'm leaving in a week for Sedona for 10 days. Like, I, okay, I don't have to, I don't need permission. I don't have to submit any type of vacation request. I show up on my calls. I can do my calls from anywhere in the world that has Wi-Fi. Literally, I can do that. But the bigger piece, the reason it's building with the force that it's building and the speed at which it's building, is because I'm obsessed with who I'm showing up for. That's it. That's the secret. There's no more to it. There's, like I've said, I say to my group coaching all the time, anybody on planet Earth with Wi-Fi and Google can figure out a way to scale a business. There is nothing new. There hasn't been anything new in probably 10 years. We give it different names, like, remarketing is called pragmatic or programmatic advertising or native advert. Like, we give it all these new fucking names. Email marketing, that was called inbound a few years ago. HubSpot coined a new, it's versions of the same. There's nothing new. I promise you. There's nothing, no major, maybe texting, but that's been around for what? There's nothing new. What's different? What's going to move the lever? What's going to make your business grow? It isn't another click funnel that everybody else is doing. Will that help? Sure. Are the tools important? Absolutely. But there's nothing new in that category. I'm in digital marketing. I've been in it for fucking 15 years. There's nothing really exceptionally new. So what's the thing? Knowing who you serve. That's the thing. And being obsessed with who you serve and not making it about anything else but them. And if that feels uncomfortable for you and if that feels weird to you, awesome, perfect. Universe, God, spirit is giving you a lesson. Sit down and ask, why does that make me uncomfortable? Why do I care? Why does it make me uncomfortable to think about being all about that person? And I can tell you right now, straight up, that's your ego. That's subconscious. You just need to massage it, tell it thank you, and move it the fuck out. As soon as you feel that resistance, that's just your tiny mind trying to mess with you. And that is a gift. That is not a, oh, I better quit. That's a, oh, I'm noticing I'm having some resistance. I'm noticing I'm fearful. Start getting curious. What is this really about? Well, maybe it's about, if I don't know how to, maybe it's, I want to serve women who've been abused in their marriages and I want to coach them on how to find themselves again. Perfect. Awesome. But why should it be all about them? I went through that experience. And I'm not actually saying I went through it. I'm just giving you an example. But like, okay, so, well, I don't want it to be all about them. Okay, well, why? And you start to get curious about why you're triggered by the idea of being about the client. Like, why does that trigger me? And just start asking questions. Being curious is the absolute secret to life. Be curious. Ask yourself, why does this bug me? Why am I afraid? What's stressing me out? What am I scared of? Well, why am I scared? Just start asking questions. So that's it. I hope this was helpful. And if you need help figuring this piece out, let me know. Right? Like buyer persona is the one number almost the number one thing we do in the business module. Well, I think it is the number one thing we do in the business module, in the S2 accelerator, because it's that important. I say this to my clients constantly. Like, if you don't know who you're serving, I can't help you. I can help you and I can give you tools, but it's just simply not going to work. So, who are you showing up for? I hope you know. And if you don't know, reach out and I will help you figure it out. I love you all. We'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye.